Hello, namaste, and welcome to Flow Yoga. So Kelly and I are joined in the studio today with our good friends Geraldine and with our very special guest instructor, Jessie Enright. So welcome, Jess.
Thank you, Jason. Thanks for having me.
Good. So, Jessie, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and how you've come to the program?
Sure. So I think that what differentiates me from a lot of other teachers is my focus on alignment and detail. And probably helpful is a little bit of history about my background in yoga. I approached yoga pretty young. I was about 21, 22, and I came from a martial arts background and exercise background where I'd never been hurt, and I thought of my body as a machine, so I really pushed hard, worked hard, and I found power yoga and Ashtanga yoga when I was living in Australia, and I took that same approach to power yoga. And obviously, that's a little bit of an aggressive attitude to take to your body. So if you take that push attitude to yoga and you leverage weight into the joints, you can really injure yourself badly, and that's exactly what I did.
I think that that's quite a common experience with a lot of people that do come to yoga. There's an approach that it tends to be from a gym push point of view, and really there's a certain wisdom or intelligence to yoga that I think that Kelly and I really like about your teachings.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I think what I would distill it down to partly too is that it's an Indian practice, and there's a different mindset towards it in India, and more importantly too, there's a different body type in India.
Right. So we need to remember that in the West, we're practicing perhaps our yoga with a Western attitude, and it might be a good thing for us to remember yoga's roots in that respect.
Yeah, and especially with power yoga, which is so popular now,
right.
where we get what we call often type A personalities involved in yoga, where we really have a linear idea to we want to get this pose, we want to get flexible on a time frame, and we want to look good in it, and all that kind of stuff too, which is great, and that's what brings people to yoga often, and that's fine.
And Kelly and I see that a lot at the studio, at Flow Yoga Studios, and so I think a lot of what we work on is to try and get people to take it into a different realm.
Exactly, yeah. So my history was that I injured myself in a few areas, especially my knees. I really tore the meniscus inside my knee, and we'll talk about that with me when we go through some poses. I had to learn about anatomy. I had to start to understand why I hurt my knee. So I went to a lot of different teachers, and through education I started to understand that this stuff is pretty complex, but if done properly is really intelligent, and instead of hurting my body, can make a body super healthy, can regenerate. Most exercise systems that I see, martial arts, running, as someone ages, their bodies start to break down.
Right. And the same can happen if you approach yoga with a very aggressive attitude.
Exactly, yeah.
So perhaps when we come back from the break, Jessie, we'll get into some physical yoga, and you can work us through some of the basics. You have 3 or 4 basic themes that you'd like to touch on? Basic pillars of our practice.
Exactly,
Great.
yeah.
Well, we'll work on that when we come back from the break, and we'll see you then.